All right. It's always like this in the beginning, right? It's always like this in the beginning. It's always like this in the beginning. It's always dark in the beginning. Post. All right, so is everything going? Oh, yes. Okay. As far as I know, we are going. I'm back to the game. Hello, good morning. I yeah, I'm still on vacation, which means I still get to do these wonderful middle of the morning streams. Middle of the morning, I finally have the morning to myself. It's mine. It's no one else's. It's mine. And with all this extra energy I have, I'm gonna create and play Minecraft and talk to you about stuff. Hey, it's the day after um, the Salem elections, the Oregon elections here, the primary elections. We had our mayor um, we had our mayor's a deal here, our mayor vote to choose a new mayor, and Julie Hoy lost. Vanessa Nordyke is Salem's new mayor, which is I am pleased. I am pleased. This is good. Julie Hoy was a proxy for MAGA, so it's good. It's good. Um, Also, what was funny? Oh wait, no, 32. I need that 32. I then go one out like that, and then go like that. Bam, and go 1, 2, 3, and then continue the and it's just like that forever. Okay. Um, Another guy. What I thought was funny, which is interesting, was another guy over in Oregon District 3. He won his primary. He's a Republican, and so he won the Republican primary. Hold on, I want to pull up his thing. I want to grab it because you need to read it right here, right there. I'm gonna go like that, and then minimize this, and then like that, and then hey, well that's kind of like rough to read, dude. Can you do something about this? Okay, so here's dude's uh statement, right? Who's this dude? I keep saying dude. Maybe it's not even a dude. I don't know who it is. Um, Lauren Ailes. Lorraine Ailes, who will be Maxine Dexter's opponent for Oregon U.S. Representative in District 3. So this is a guy or a person named Lorraine Ailes. So remember what I've said. Um, the Republican Party is the white supremacist party. So keep that in mind while we're reading what Mr. Ailes here, or what Ailes has to say. Hold on. Oh shit. Yeah, you know what? I should have brought a bed. It's not too late. It's not too late. Now just get a new bed. Whoa! Ah, bed. I don't have a bed. I can make a bed. What good is a bed if you have nowhere to sleep? No. Here, you can hold this for a second. I'm gonna make a bed. I'm not gonna make a bed because I don't have enough. I don't have any wood. Man alive, this is just getting stupid complicated. Come on, man. Bed. You can hold on to the wood, right? Because I'm gonna need that in the future. I'm just gonna sleep here for now, and then we're gonna keep going. And then I'm gonna talk to you about what this guy wrote, right? Because what he wrote is important to understand the minds of white supremacists. You got to understand how they think, right? So I wanna take a look at it. You got to understand how they think so you can defeat their ideas, because their ideas are shit, right? I mean, fundamentally, racists and white supremacists have stupid, shitty ideas that cannot stand up to scrutiny. And any rational, reasonable, smart person would just dump these ideas because they're dumb and worthless. They fail. When you apply them in the real world, they just lead to shit. They're just bad ideas. So let's look at how at this person. All right. Here, let me pause it, dude. I can't be doing this. I can't be reading and analyzing at the same time as I do this. This is like really tough. All right. So. All right. It starts off with, hello, Jeff Furlow, and thank you for the interest and questions. LGBT plus and whatever other alphabet acronyms, to each their own. Does he really mean to each their own? I don't think so. Already, he is flashing that he doesn't really respect non-cisgendered people. Already, right? I believe all people are created equal. Really? And there should be no classes, quote, of citizens. So I think what he is referring to are protected classes, because there are groups of Americans who, because of their class, are discriminated against and denied their rights. And this guy, Lorraine Ailes, doesn't believe that people should be protected. So, see, he continues, right? They continue. I do not think certain groups should be denied anything in the law. Does he mean gay people? Does he mean that gay people should be able to get married? No. Does he mean trans people should receive whatever medical care they need? No, he doesn't mean that. He means white people getting access to guns. All right. With that being said, no group or of class of citizens should have any special rights either. Well, what does he mean? No class of citizens should have special rights. What special rights is he referring to? Oh, he means the protections. The protections. He means the protections certain classes have, because they've been historically denied their rights, right? So they have to have protections. And he doesn't believe that they should be protected. They should lose their rights. He believes, right? Because they're not cisgendered. They're not white males. This guy's a fucking white supremacist. All right. So when he says special rights, what he means is protections. He doesn't think people should be protected from white males, from white cisgendered males. Okay. He continues. Every citizen has the right to equal access to their own pursuit of happiness and liberty, though no right to taxpayers necessarily footing that bill. So what he's signaling is that is like the standard low tax thing, right? He's like, I don't want to be paying taxes. All right. Yes, I do attend church, and Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, came into my heart and saved me at the young age of 10 years old. So he was indoctrinated at 10 years old into well, it sounds like some form of Christianity. But remember, not everyone who calls themselves a Christian is necessarily on board with what Jesus said. A lot of times, a lot of white supremacists who actually follow the white idol and totally substitute Jesus' teachings for the teachings of the white idol will attest that actually the white idol is Jesus. and they will call the white idol by Jesus' name. And they will do things for the white idol, but call it Jesus. It happens all the time. So just because this guy says he's a Christian and he says he follows Jesus, you gotta wonder. I don't know. Is it Jesus or the white idol who he follows? All right, here we go. My occupation is a construction heavy equipment operator, and I work for the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 701. Okay. The trade union provided to me a great apprenticeship program some 15 years ago, and am so happy I took advantage of that opportunity. Good. My career has afforded me the ability to purchase my home in Hood River, Oregon. Okay. I do not advocate for anything illegal, including ways to come into our sovereign nation. Really? Like, is there a time limit for your illegal action that you don't support? Because, like, including coming into our sovereign nation? Because, I mean, like, your sovereign nation is built on top of, like, the conquering of the native people that live here. Like, you literally conquered, well, and Mexico too, right? Because you couldn't have gotten here unless, I mean, no. Mexico was like, this little sliver, it was purchased from the Russians. And then the rest of it was the Louisiana Purchase. But the Americans still had to conquer destroy all the Native American people to take their land, right? So was that legal? Is that the legal thing that how you came in? Like, who checked your daddy's passport when they came in? Oh wait, they didn't have passports back then? Like, so sure, you're legal as long as you're grandfathered in, right? So that's just another, like, signaling, right? He's just signaling. He's saying, I'm on board with ethnic cleansing, is what he's saying. He's on board with the Trump ethnic cleansing campaign. I mean, he's a white supremacist. Okay. Let's see. Our country was built by immigrants of all likes, and I absolutely believe we should continue to invite and welcome others into our country with open arms, legally. All right, but the problem is, with his current administration, his party has cut off all legal immigration except for white South Africans. How can he be saying that he wants legal immigration while at the same time his party cuts off all immigration into the country except for white supremacists from South Africa? Because he's fucking lying, dudes. He's lying. He's a white supremacist. He's a white supremacist. Understand what's going on in our country, okay? So, our immigration laws are not broken nor need to be reformed. That's weird, because you guys the Republicans were about to pass a comprehensive immigration reform because our immigration laws are fucked up. Everything is fucked up. They need to be updated. And even Republicans agreed to it. But right before they made the deal, Donald Trump said, hey, Republicans, I want you to not do that. Because if you fix immigration, I can't run on it. So you need to not fix immigration. And the Republicans, dutifully, listening to Donald Trump, their pedophile criminal leader, said, okay, pedophile criminal leader, we will not fix immigration. So this guy is brainwashed. He's a fucking idiot, right? But he's a white supremacist. You know, Lorraine Ailes, right? Or what's his name? Or their name. I keep saying his. I don't know. Lauren Ailes. Yeah, it must be. All right. Angry. Let's see. Can we welcome Muslims to Oregon? Sure, so long as they agree to our laws and I hope would want to become Americans and enjoy America way of life. Yes, I've been arrested 3 times in my distant past, though only have once misdemeanor conviction. Okay. As far as recreational drugs go, Oregonians have seen first the failure that decriminalization drugs leads to. What failure, dude? I haven't seen any failure. You're just talking shit. Increased addiction, overdoses, deaths, and homelessness. He's just pulling shit out of his ass. There's no evidence that decriminalization leads to it. Let's look at Portugal, right? They've done it for 15 fucking years. Show me, sir. Oh, you can't because you're full of shit. God damn it, dude. I get so angry, man. I can't believe these people. I had my 55th birthday earlier this month, man. And you're I don't like. Is he ignorant? Is he a white supremacist through and through? I don't really know, right? It's hard to tell. But he follows a criminal pedophile rapist. So birds of a feather flock together. I don't think it really matters who he really is in his heart. If he's following a criminal pedophile, that's essentially that's what he is. He supports it. It's not a deal breaker for him. You know? So he's a bad guy. He's an example of why the United States is suffering so poorly or so much, because these white supremacists are antithetical to anything that would help the United States. They're just against it. And so, that just popped up this morning. But like, how does this translate in real life? Well, I think I am Salem infamous. I am infamous in this town. I think people know me now. That I don't know them, but they know me. So that's like, oh, okay. Like last night, I got there was like an open invitation to go to like this comedy like practice thing that they were doing. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm not gonna participate. I'm not a comic, right? But I need to laugh, and I think it'd be funny, like to hang out and like, see the comics work on their material and stuff, and try to help them out. And I show up, and I'm like the only one there not like performing. I'm like the only pure audience member. So like, and everyone seems cool, right? All the comics seem cool. They're all cool. And like the host dude starts puts on music, pre-show music, and it's Primus. Right? like Primus is cool. Wait. I know they have to say Primus sucks. Okay, whatever. But sure. Right? But I'm like, neat, right? I'm digging it. It's cool. And then he comes back in, and the show's like a half hour late, as it is, right? Like, I got there a little early, and actually I should have got there a little late, because it's like a half hour late. And he's there, and I'm like, oh yeah, and you like Primus. Like, you should check out this other group. There's this other group named like Anguin de Poutrine. It's a group from Canada. They have like crazy microtonal music and like 24 beat long like counts or something. It's insane. It's so awesome what they do. And I'm trying to tell this guy, and he like just cuts me off. Like, and it's like, I need to start the show. And like, I'm looking around, and I'm like the only audience member, and everyone else there is like a comic who he was hanging out with outside smoking pre-show. And I'm like, what? Okay, dude. Okay. So I'm like, I'm not gonna hang out and listen to this guy do his set. Like, that's dumb. This guy's a dick. So I start leaving, and as I'm leaving, he's doing his set, and I overhear him start out by saying, I'm tired of listening to both sides. Both sides are terrible. And I'm like, ding! Oh shit! He said both sides. He's a both sideser. He's trying to play it off as both sides. He's a white supremacist. He's a right winger. He must know me. He must have seen my shows and know that I can see them. Yeah. So yeah, some white guy, just was a dick to me for no reason. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, he must know me because he revealed himself as a right winger. Like, right wingers want to say that both sides are the same. That's called false equivalence. They want you to believe that Republicans and Democrats are the same thing. That Democrats would have done the same thing Republicans would have done, are doing, were the situation reversed. That's how they absolve themselves of the horror of belonging to bad people. Because they feel that if they didn't belong to a bad group, if they didn't do the bad things, the other group would do the bad things first. That's how they think. They absolve themselves of the sin by saying, oh, you would have done the same thing in my situation. That's how they do it. And both sides is a version of that. So when I heard that guy start out his set with both sides, trying to say both sides are responsible for the fucking mess we're in right now, I knew he was a white supremacist. Because white supremacists want to dilute responsibility. Say, no, it's not the white supremacist fault, it's the Democrats' fault too. They made me become a Nazi. Sure, guy, sure, whatever. So it doesn't matter, right? Vanessa Nordyke won the mayorship. So that means most of Salem is opposed to white supremacy. There's still a big chunk of Confederates in this town, right? Those are the people who want to overthrow the country. They're the people who want to reinstate slavery and apartheid and all that bad shit, right? But the majority of people in Salem are opposed to it. So today at 11 o'clock, in about an hour, 45 minutes, the Fed is going to release their minutes from April. The April minutes are going to be under the old chair, Warsh. It's the last one under him. And so what the markets are looking for is any mention that the Fed is freaked out about inflation. Because if they need to raise, the market was all priced up for them lowering rates, because Donald Trump wanted to lower rates, and Warsh was picked because he would lower rates. But like, if the Fed comes out in April saying, "Oh shit, inflation's too high, we can't lower rates. In fact, we might have to raise them," then the market's gonna like freak out. So I got my timing wrong. I thought it was going to be Tuesday. Then I thought it was going to be Wednesday. Now it's going to be Nvidia. It is going to be Wednesday for the Fed minutes, but Nvidia doesn't report until after the bell closes. I thought before, but it was after. So if Nvidia reports and has a downward projection on their business model, it's going to fuck up everything. It's going to cascade down. So like let's just, I'm not even in the market. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. If it flushes out, great. If it doesn't, well, whatever, right? I'm still getting fat yields off of that treasury bond just by sitting in a really safe place, because the inflation's so high. Like, it makes bonds like attractive. Yeah, Donald Trump is he was at a Coast Guard thing this morning. I can go download the clip if you want, but I don't really want to. And he was telling them that he's going to be around in 08 and 32. Now, I don't know if he means like be around, be alive, or means be in office still. He didn't really make it clear, but in the past he's always mentioned that he wants to go for a third term. So like, it's pretty clear that what Donald Trump is building in Washington, D.C. is not a ballroom. He's building a fucking bunker to wage war on the rest of us when he doesn't want to leave office. I'm telling you guys, it's like, you think I'm full of shit, but this is some serious stuff. The Confederates are fucking serious about destroying our country. They're fucking serious about overthrowing everything and taking over. They've done it. They tried to do it the last time. If Donald Trump would have lost the election in 2024, he would have fucking done the same thing. I'm telling you. He was getting ready to call it a fraud when he fucking won. So get ready. Yeah, I am all about President AOC. I think that would be great. She won't have the baggage that the older Democrats have. I'm asleep. Like Joe Biden, that guy fucked up by just bowing to Israel, dude. He fucked up big time. Because the old Democrats, that's what they do, man. For the old Democrats, you can't fucking criticize Israel. Never, never, never. For the old Democrats, they're like locked into that AIPAC money, man. You can't. You don't want to disturb the AIPAC money. But the younger Dems, I think they know that Israel is an unpopular settler colonial project. And it's unsustainable. Like, we give them so many weapons and arms, and they just fucking wreck our soft power. Like, we talk about freedom and justice, and then we give weapons to Israel, who fucking is engaged in ethnic cleansing. And then so people are like, well, what's this shit about liberty and justice when you're literally helping a country do the opposite? So yeah, the old Dems are hobbled with their baggage, their old baggage of Israel support. But I think AOC is fresh. She doesn't have the baggage, and I think she can take the action necessary to save our country. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm all about President AOC. When I heard that, I'm like, hell yeah. But I also wanted, like, we absolutely must reform the Supreme Court. I mean, look at all the shit that happened because it got corrupted. Like, John Roberts is the most corrupt court in the history of the United States. And we got to fix that shit. Because if you don't fix the Supreme Court, nothing else will matter. They'll just they'll just destroy everything. They'll just break all the rules. They made the president immune to the law. I mean, holy shit. Yeah, you gotta fix the Supreme Court. But after you fix the Supreme Court, you need to turn the Senate into a strictly symbolic body where it has no power. Because the Senate is undemocratic. The only reason the white supremacists were able to accrue so much power is because of the undemocratic nature of the Senate. The Confederates seized on the undemocratic side of the American government and fucking exploited it. So you get rid of you neuter the Senate, and then you increase the size of the House of Representatives to 10,000 representatives. 10,000 representatives! Why so many representatives? Number one, to get rid of gerrymandering. Number two, because that's how the House of Representatives should be. It's supposed to represent the people. You can't fucking represent the people when one person is supposed to represent millions of individuals. That doesn't fucking work. You need to have more representatives. Then you need ranked choice voting so we can have multiple parties. Because this two-party bullshit is bullshit. It can be exploited and distorted so that the voters can be controlled by introducing extra candidates. That's bullshit. Get rid of that shit. The voters should not be able to be controlled just because you add extra people. They should be able to make choices. Like, their vote should be more powerful. Our vote should be more powerful. We need a more powerful vote, and a more powerful vote affords us multiple parties. We can fix this country. I'm telling you, it can be done. But be aware that what we're up against is white supremacy. It's the Confederacy. It's the Confederacy. Like, it may not call itself that, but that's because it's trying to hide as long as possible. But that's what it is. They're overturning all of the Civil War era amendments. Right? Who would do that? The Confederacy! The Confederacy would fucking overturn all the amendments that were created specifically for the Confederacy. It's really, really obvious. And I know it's working, right? Because that white supremacist at the comedy thing fucking recognized me. And I left because I didn't want to like cause any problems. I didn't really understand what was going on. I wasn't geared up for fucking confrontation. But now I know, right? I hate going out. Every fucking time I go out, man, some bullshit happens. Is it this town, maybe? Maybe it's the town. Maybe I'm just in the wrong town. I should move to Portland. Right? That's an idea. Shit. I mean, it's more expensive because of taxes and everything. But maybe, right? Maybe I've just been in the wrong town this whole time. There's a shit ton of white supremacists here. Holy shit. In 2020, when the Proud Boys were here, they got fucking support from the police, the Salem police. It was shitty, dude. Go back, dude. Go back to any of those videos for summer of 2020. Like, I made them on purpose so that people wouldn't forget. Like, yeah, I think people have forgotten how shitty it was in 2020 with the Proud Boys. So white supremacists like to paint themselves as if they're just regular people. But when you break down their logic, what they want is special privileges for white people and to take away all the protections from anyone not white. Why are the protections there? Because historically, white people fucked with them. That's why. I mean, not just white people, right? I mean, like, but like cisgendered. Well, men, like, however you want to call it, right? Like there's a reason why a class is protected. It's not like people just magically made a protected class, like out of nowhere, out of nothing, out of whole cloth. There's a fucking reason, and that Lorraine Ailes person is too much of a white supremacist to even fucking bother finding out why. They just don't care. But yeah. So it's good. I think we got a good result from the election. I think we got a lot of progressive pickups. So that's good, right? That's good. We're making gains here. Oregon the voters did not pass the gas tax increase. So Oregon, well, Donald Trump took away a bunch of money from Oregon, and I think that fucked up the transportation fund in Oregon because Donald Trump hates like blue states. So to punish blue states, Donald Trump took away the funds, and Oregon's trying to figure out how to like make that up. And it's got to raise taxes, I guess. And but no one wants to do it. Like the Republicans are like, no, we hate taxes, and like everyone else is like, man, taxes suck. So yeah, it lost pretty bad. Like I voted for it. I voted to raise my own taxes, but I work from home, so like So I'm not paying that gas tax directly. I mean, indirectly, sure, but not directly. But it lost pretty bad. So I don't know what they're going to do. Are the roads going to get worse? Are they just going to like take longer time to fix things? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. The Supreme Court is going to argue about the abortion drug, like I don't know the name of it. Something, right? There's an abortion drug that women can take to induce an abortion. And Confederates, they hate women. Confederates are fucking shitty people. And they want to stop women from having control of their bodies, and to that end, so they can ban this abortion drug in their own state and stop and control women in their own state, but they don't control the U.S. federal postal system. So in states where the drug is legal, they can buy it there and then have them ship it by mail to the women in Confederate controlled states. Which is fantastic, right? I mean, but that defeats the fucking Confederates, and they get pissed off. So they want to sue to stop people from sending the abortion drug over the mail. Their goal is Confederates want women to be subservient to men and to only be baby-making factories. Women are expected to do all the domestic work with no compensation, no assistance, no fucking labor. I mean, it's just what they're... And they're supposed to be like barefoot and pregnant, uneducated, not working, just, taking care of, making more babies. That's all they're intended to do under the white supremacist regime ideology. So yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy, right? Shit's nuts. It's wild. I never thought we'd get to this point as a country. When I was growing up, I thought it was all fucking cemented. I thought it was like, for obviously racism is bad. Obviously women should have control of their bodies. Obviously gay people should be able to marry who they love. Obviously, right? And so to me, it was like funny. It was funny in the ironic way to joke as if that were not the case, because obviously that's the way it is, right? Obviously, like obviously the good guys won. Obviously, we already know this. Went through the civil rights movement. We all know racism is bad. We're moving to a better world. Progress won. Obviously things are cool. So it's funny to act as if, like, to make jokes as if it were not actually happening, because we know it is. Well, holy shit, fuck me, right? Because, like, people really thought I was a dick, I guess, or like a right winger or something. And then, like, because I didn't realize that no, actually, progress was under, like, real stress, and it was, people were actually losing progress. We're actually losing progress. So, like, when that hit me and I realized, oh shit, I'm contributing to, like, badness, I had to, like, yeah, had to flip real quick. That was in like 2014 when I was playing World of Warcraft, and the general chat was flooded with anti-Obama and slightly racist stuff. And then it dawned on me that like wait, you guys believe this? You're not just being silly? You actually fucking think that? and then I'm like, oh, and then so then I started being like, yeah, Obama's great, Obama's awesome, in general chat, and everyone's like, rah! And it was so funny. I'm like, you guys really are dumb. I was just pretending, but you guys really are dumb. Oh man. Yeah. It was a shock. It was a shock to me that we would lose progress. It's been shocking. It's been shocking to me to see how far we slide. I'm like, I had no idea that the Confederates had so much power in this country. Oh, and if you don't believe me, fucking come talk to me, dude, about it. Right? Like, that's the thing. I walked into that bar wearing purely neutral stuff. Like, I don't go on purpose wearing symbols that identify me as being one way or the other. I want to be, I go into public looking neutral, just neutral, right? So that way I can gauge when someone reacts to me in a certain way. If I'm neutral and they react to me, I'm like, what's the confounding variable here? What's the thing that's different? I'm neutral. I'm dressed neutrally. I didn't say anything, and they act a certain way. They must either know me from my shows, or there's something inside of them that's coming out. All right, so the village is over there. I wanted to like make this little crop off because it comes up naturally, right? So I wanted to stop here and make a triple stop. I have one line go down to the village. I'll have another line go to, on the other side of here is the coast. There's some ruins that I want to check out. And then even more over there is another village. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll make a train station here or what. I'm not sure. I kind of want to make a little tiny train station. Because there's like 1, 2, well, maybe even 3, right? 3 different directions to go in. And then I can even go over there, 4. Who knows, right? I can go, there's all sorts of ways I can go. But, hey, look at that. That was pretty nice. I used a lot of powered rails and stuff. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing here? I should, utilize my rails, huh? Use these things. Bam. Here we go. All right, let's see if this works. Nice. Nice. Okay then. Well. It should be clear to anybody who's paying attention about what's going on. I mean, like, nothing I say should be shocking to you, you know? You should already know this. If you at all look at Donald Trump, it should be clear that that guy is like got no brains. The guy's got dementia that's just propping up like an empty suit while the various factions work behind the scenes to get their preferred policy played out. And Donald Trump will follow whatever the last person is that talked to him. Like he walked into President Xi's meeting, or not President. He walked in to meet President Xi, and when he walked out, he repeated and agreed with everything China said. He does the same thing with Putin. He walks into a meeting with Putin and comes out repeating everything Putin says. All the same talking points. Every time. Like, so either you're a white supremacist on board with that shit, or you haven't been paying attention, or you're against it, you know. Yeah. Any woke American would be against everything of Donald Trump. You'd have to be pretty unconscious to not realize that Donald Trump is a bad guy. I mean, shit. Here, let me just pull up something right here. Home. What's going on? I'm just gonna do a quick search here for what's going on. Oh, the seashells case. Yeah, dude. Remember? Did you know that Donald Trump is suing James Comey, the former director of the FBI, because James Comey wrote on the beach with seashells the numbers 8647. So Donald Trump is trying to prosecute Comey because he wrote 8647. Right? Like Donald Trump and the Republicans are fucking shitty. They're stupid. They're fascists. They're fascists. They don't believe in free speech. You're gonna arrest someone for their free speech? Fuck you. Nah, they're Confederates, right? They don't believe in the American project. They don't believe in the Constitution. They don't believe in American freedom. Fuck that. They're fascists. They're Confederates. They're slavers. When it comes down to it, they're slavers. Our old enemy. They're back. Did they ever really leave? Now, China and Russia would love for the United States to devolve into a civil war, which is why I think Donald Trump is pushing as hard as he is, because he knows this is his last chance. He needs to spark a civil war before he loses power. So it's up to us to stop him from getting what he wants. He wants a civil war, so he's gonna try to push us into reacting violently towards them. They're gonna be violent. They're gonna fucking do some violent shit. Like, I'm not sure how we can handle that without it devolving into something out of control. How are we gonna respond to their violence? They're gonna do it. They're gonna be violent. They've done it in the past, and they'll do it again when they do it every time they lose power. Well, I mean, I can't say every time, because they were about to do it, and then they won in 2024, and so they didn't. But if you see a guy walking around waving a gun around, and he puts it away, are you safe now? No, dude, that guy would just whip it out again. Yeah, the Republican voters are not leaving Donald Trump. There was an election in Tennessee, a primary between Thomas Massey, who's a fucking Confederate, and then another Republican who's even more Confederate, even more fucking Nazi, more racist. And Thomas Massey was criticizing Donald Trump for his war in Iran. And because Thomas Massey didn't get in line with the rest of the fascists, Donald Trump denounced Massey, and he lost his primary. So his political career is over. If he wasn't going to support Donald Trump, then Donald Trump was going to destroy his political career, which is what happened. So the Republican voters are absolutely on board with the Confederate project. They're all about it, guys. And if you're not on board with their project, they will kick you out of the group. Thomas Massey, yep, signs of the time. What else is going on? Let me look down here. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Idaho's legislature has a group of arch-conservative legislators that were working to push the party and the state way to the right on matters like should. What? Never mind. Dude. Here, you don't want to see me scrolling. Anyways, how long have I need to go 1 hour, at least 1 hour. Here, look at my stash here. I'm fucking out of stuff. I'm tapped out. That train line ate all my gold. I have no gold. I guess I can make a gold farm. An overworld gold farm? I mean, though it doesn't make the most gold. But it's it works and it looks impressive. So maybe I should, because it's just a massive block of obsidians. I have to pretty much mine the end, but I can do that, and then I can get all the gold I want to make all the train lines I want. Ha 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 ha. That's a long train line. Check that out. That's cool. I like that train. That's a nice line. I just have to add the supports underneath. which is easy with the elytra wings. So here's the other thing. People are gonna make fun of me, right? Because when I play Minecraft and I'm flying around in my elytra, I'll do funny little things with my head to swirl it around, and you're like, oh, look at that guy, he's totally into it. Have you ever done VR, like virtual reality? This, me flying around, is sort of like that for me, because you are looking at 60 frames per second. That's it. Just 60 frames per second, which means you can see the spaces in between the frames. So for you watching, it doesn't, like, it's obviously a projection, and it, like, you subconsciously have a layer of abstraction. Like, I mean, not even abstraction, mediation. Like, there's a layer, like, because you can, the illusion isn't complete because you can see the spaces in between the frames because you only get 60 frames per second. I, on the other hand, sitting in front of my desk and in front of my screen, it's a big screen. It fills a lot of my vision. It runs at 170 frames per second, 170 hertz. So I'm getting 170 frames per second. You only get 60. I see 170. And then I have this other program which helps my computer, like, double the number of frames I see. So, like, it fills the queue. So for me, it looks way more fluid. It looks way more fluid and realistic than it does for you. So yeah, so it really does, for me, it really does feel like flying. It's really neat. I really like it. I had to learn about all the little things like refresh rates and fake frames and and stuff like that. But, like, yeah, it's a really nice experience. Anyways, I mean, I tried to let y'all know about how important it was the last time. So, 1 hour, 1 hour. No, 3 more minutes. Okay. Oh. Well then. I still have, like, time off. I'll probably do another show tomorrow. No, I need to have something to talk about. Tomorrow's hopefully tomorrow might be the big market flush, so, like, I might be busy. No. Yeah. You know, maybe I should make a train station also in the Nether. Not really. There's only, like, 2 places I go, but that's only now. If I at all, like, get tired of flying that great distance, I can just make a Nether portal, and it'll be so much shorter. 8 times as short. But I'm thinking I don't really want to go digging for all that gold. It would take so long. I kind of just want to go to the end and dig up the obsidian and then make an overworld nether portal, overworld gold farm. I can make a gold farm in the nether, but I hate being in the nether. And I don't think you can make portals in the end. Anyways, yeah, stay woke, America. Shit's coming down the pipe. This is the Confederates' last chance. If they can't push this time, if they can't like completely knock over the government, they're gonna be in trouble. They're gonna lose power, and they'll never get it back. So this is their last chance. Demographics are moving against them, so they need to move quick. But like, all of this should give you clarity, right? It should be really clear. And once you have clarity and you can see what's happening, it's really easy to know what to do and where to go, because you can see. It's only when you don't know what's happening that you don't know what to do, that you're frozen. Once you understand, like, when you can see what's happening, when you can see what's going on, you're like, oh, okay, I understand now. I know what to do. It'll be there. I can't tell you what to do because like, you know, but like it will be clear. If you understand what's going on, it'll be clear. Whoa! Ha 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 ha. All right. Until next time. Peace. Pogo Kiddo out. Stop. Stop. Stop.